Is it hard to purchase Dogecoin right now? Hey, this is CeoTrades, where money works for you. Today, we're looking at different crypto coins and seeing when is the right time to jump in. Well, before we get into that, I'm giving you my personal picks. I'm giving you what I would do on a regular day based on the charts without looking at news, without looking at other analysis points, because the reality is that I'm just trying to give you basic information so that you'd be able to get started investing. Now, we're looking here at Bitcoin, and Bitcoin you've seen went up lately almost to 70,000, and now it's back down to 36,000. Why has it dropped so far? You see, this is a deflationary coin. This coin will not be affected by inflation directly. However, lately it seems to be following the same talk of inflation. And that is weird. That is weird, but that's the reality. We can see how the stock market has dropped, immensely dropped. Just today, there was something being talked about referring to Facebook and how the NASDAQ is down about 4%. And this has also affected crypto. They are mimicking each other very closely. And that is something that you need to consider as you're getting ready to invest. Now, we see that Bitcoin is somewhere around 36,000. Is that the bottom? I don't know if that's the bottom. However, I would put some money right in here at 36. If it goes down any further, guess what? I would put another quarter of whatever it is that I'd have in reference to investing in Bitcoin. Bitcoin is good for the long term. It is going to fluctuate just like many of the other crypto coins. So just be aware that it's not always going to stay at the top and it's not always going to stay at the bottom. Isn't that great? Isn't that neat? Are you willing to have the patience to be able to get paid? Patience. That's right. Now, Ethereum is also down, but it's not down drastic as Bitcoin is. It is at 2,600. We know that if it goes below 2,000, that's very low. However, this was high at about almost 5,000, 4,800 back in, when was this? This was back, whoops, I can't see the dates. So this was somewhere around November 9th or so. And it did that for several days because this period right here reflects that. And that's something that we all need to be aware of as we are getting to invest, that from back in November 7th through December 2nd, that's almost 3 week span where you could have cashed in right in here. And some people neglect because they think it's going to go up and up and up and up. Yeah, it would be fine. It would be great. It would be lovely. However, the reality is most people forget to cash in and take some gains. And what they let it do is let it ride. And so now it's back down to where they started. What do they need to do now? A lot of them sell. A lot of them are worried about what's going to go on. So Solana, this is one of my picks for a longer term. Right now it's down. It's way down from its $260 high. This was back in, I believe, November as well. Yep, no, back in November. And now it's at 99. Is this a good buy? Yep, you bet it's a good buy. However, you might have to hold on to it for several months before it goes back up. And that's the case with a lot of these. ADA Cardano has a great story behind it. This is something that you should be able to look into and see if it fits your investment techniques. But right now it's at $1.05 from when it was at its high of $3. $1.05, 60% down. I'd say this is a very good time to invest in this one and hold until it goes up to at least 250. It might go up further. What I would do is if I invested, let's say 100% of my savings or whatever it is that I have in here, and when it reaches to something in here, 240-ish, 250-ish, I would cash out at least 50% because that's wonderful gains. It's not easy to be made to have those gains every day. So that way you'd have another 50% in case it keeps going up. And then you cash that out when it gets to $3, if it gets there, because we've seen that although it could repeat itself, it could easily drop again from that level. Suku is a wonderful coin to invest in. However, people think this is a long-term hold. And I say that this one is something that you need to be able to watch on a regular basis and go in and out, in and out. And there are many places you could make money on this one. Then, as there are many times that you can make money on this one, you've got to be ready to go in and out, being able to purchase down low and selling high, or doing the opposites, buying high and selling low. It depends. There's a way to do it. If you're not familiar with doing the opposite, don't do it yet. Attempt to educate yourself on how to do this, just like by following my own program, where that's available at www.ceodaviddiaz.com. It's coming out and it is amazing. Now, this one is Alice. Alice is in the metaverse, and you can see how Alice has dropped almost to its very lows at 665 from when it was at $29. Now, this is an immense drop. This has dropped what, 400 times, 400%. And now that it's a 665, people are debating, should they jump in, should they not? I would say this is good to hold for the long term as well, in reference to cashing in somewhere in the 20-ish level. You can see it's done it once, twice, 3 times at least since May 21st, May of 2021, August of 2021, and November, I believe it was, of 2021, 3 times. So guess what? It's going to do it again this year. Be ready to jump in. You should jump in now before it starts moving. That is Alice. This one is AXS Affinity. Now, I noticed this today, but AXS, I believe, has some news up here. They're getting ready to switch over to upgrade AXS/SLP. If you want to know more about that information, go to AXIEinfinity.com. I'm pretty certain is where you can find that. Yep, that's where it is. And they're switching over their coins into whatever platform that is, which is starting Wednesday, the 28th of April, 2021. So this is last year. So maybe they've moved already, maybe they haven't, but this is one of those coins that is good to hold for the long term because it's in the metaverse. Now, this is Mana in Decentraland, and you can see how Mana has gone up almost to $6 and back down to $1.70. So this is also very similar to AXS, and I would say that this is also a good buy right now, somewhere in that level at 260, and holding it till it gets to at least $5 and sell. It might go way up. I don't know if it will, but I would say taking gains is the safest thing to do. This is Sandbox, and Sandbox is also in the metaverse. And you can see it was at its highs back in November at 848, and it's down to 360. It was further down to 247-ish, but it's got some of its gains back. Let's wait and see. It might drop a little bit further than that. And if it does, it would be good to catch somewhere around the $3 range, maybe even below if it continues to drop. Now, let's take a look at Dogecoin. Is Dogecoin worthwhile to invest for the long term? Dogecoin is the coin of the people. If there is talk about Dogecoin, people will listen. However, Dogecoin hasn't been moving. Why? Because people are negotiating right now terms, how they can get in. The companies, the corporations are negotiating with Elon Musk, Tesla, and McDonald's, Burger King, and so on. If they start adapting this coin is going to skyrocket. So I would say hold on to it. I purchased some more at 14 cents. It's now at 13 cents. It's going a little bit lower than that. And if it drops to 12 or 11, I will consider purchasing some more because this is a good long-term hold. I will cash in. If it reaches $1. If it goes any higher than that, hey, wonderful. But I would say you should look to cash in anywhere at the 60-cent range if you're jumping in now at the 13-cent range, because that is immense returns. That's at least 6 times, 5 to 6 times whatever you invested in return. So if you invest $1,000 and it's 6 times, that's $6,000. That's wonderful, wonderful gains. So this is CeoTrades, where money works for you. If you're looking to double your bank account, why don't you invest in your knowledge account so that your money account will grow multiplied? Stay safe, and until tomorrow, where we'll look at more ways on investing and how that will assist me in making some judgments on investing for the long or the short term. Take care.